name's Tori West and I'm the editor and founder of Bricks Magazine, and this is the I Did That podcast powered by TikTok. On this episode, we meet rock musician icon Cassie X. Welcome.
Hello.
I'm so excited to have you on.
I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
I'm so happy. We've done so much. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to go into my first question. I've just remembered something.
What?
I have a tattoo dedicated for you.
Oh my God, you do? Wasn't it your first tattoo?
Yeah, it's the only one I have.
Oh, gorgeous.
So that's so
I feel
special.
so honoured.
Yeah, I only just remember that. That's so special.
I remember when you got that, and it was a very big moment because you didn't like the needle. And we had to hype you up to get it.
So I got my first tattoo on my hand, as everyone does, in the back of a ink somewhere in Camden. Yeah, after your show in the underworld. Yeah. Anyway, fun times.
I love that.
So, as well as me getting my first tattoo, this year it's been huge for you personally. Between dropping your Sad Girl mixtape, selling out your UK headline tour, you also supported my favourite band, My Chemical Romance. That's
your favourite band?
Sick. Yeah, one of my favourite bands for sure. And you also won winning the Best UK Breakthrough Artist Award at the Heavy Music Awards. How are you feeling about all of that?
Pretty gassed.
What?
Pretty gassed. Sorry, I can't talk with my braces. They're like, it's given me kind of like a bit of a lisp. So
it's
if
hot.
You can't, yeah, thank you. I'm still getting used
braces
to
are hot.
But yeah, this year's been crazy.
Yeah. Have you had like a really good perception from fans as well, like going into the new year and how big last year was? And
I feel like I made like this wrap up video of last year of like everything that happened, and it was crazy like going back through my camera roll and like seeing like each thing that had happened each month, and like some months were like really hectic as well, and it was really like nice because I've worked for so many years to pursue this, so yeah, it was a big year, so it was just amazing to see it all in like one video.
Yeah, I think often like when we do like a creative job or you are your own boss in your role, I think what you're saying is like so important at the end of the year when you like wrap up and go, oh my God, I actually achieved so much. You don't realise it when you're in such a fast-paced industry and you're always thinking what's next. You never actually take time sometimes to just, take a step back, think and be like, oh my God, I fucking smashed this year. Yeah, so well done.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
thank you.
Really proud.
Right back at you as well.
This is about you. Your Sad Girl mixtape blends wide-ranging genres and emotions into an album of pop rock bangers. What story are you telling with this record, and did the new record reveal anything new for you?
So the record was kind of an amalgamation of the like last year and the year before, because like a lot of the songs on there like I'd started when I was going through quite a bad breakup, and so it's kind of predominantly a breakup like mixtape. And then I was also going through a lot of grieving because I lost my dad at the beginning of lockdown, so that was obviously such a life-changing like thing to happen. So
there's so many pinnacle moments into that record for you.
Yeah, exactly. And like I feel like making that record really helped me like process a lot of stuff as well. So I feel like it's nice to be able to make art out of shitty situations, and that's what it is. Hence why it's called the Sad Girl mixtape.
I love that. That's such a nice thing. I do think some of the best work, as awful as it is, when you feel like certain amounts of pain, the best way to get through it in a creative process is one of them is definitely music. So I guess it's like that maybe that mixtape is very like a therapy session for you really to help you process all those things.
Big time. And it's crazy as well because like obviously everyone goes through those things in their life, and like I think that a lot of people really related to each of the songs, and like I was really happy that people could connect through it, because I feel like sometimes when you're at having your darkest moments, or like going through a period of time where you're feeling shit, which we all do, you do feel quite lonely. So I feel like it's not only meant that like I've been able to put something out, but it's meant that people have come to me and we've shared stories about stuff too. So it's like, yeah, it was amazing.
It reminds me of something ish on the lines of we did a feature on you, I think it's about a year and a bit ago. We shot you in the studio actually. It looks a bit different.
Yeah.
We've had so many people on this first season that we've done stuff with in this studio. That's so nice when you just clock that. That's cute. But we spoke with you a few years ago at Bricks and you said, what's the point of being an artist if you don't stand for anything and you don't make a positive change in other people's lives? Can you please speak a bit about that and what that means to you today?
Yeah, I think like I totally believe what I said in that, but I would also add to it, like I've also realized like growing up in the past year, you can make art for any reason too. So like I think for me, I make art that's like based on like my personal experiences, and my music is quite conversational. But I'm also I also love music and art that kind of like doesn't hit those like deeper levels necessarily, or at first glance anyway. Like what is it anyway? You know?
Yeah. I think it's just also enjoying the process of it,
yeah.
how therapeutic that
Yeah.
process can be. Maybe
Yeah.
like this sounds really basic, but like crochet. Like I just crochet.
Yes.
I'm never gonna be in it, and I'm gonna be making loads of like crochet hats. I'm awful at it, but I can sit there and crochet for no reason. It doesn't mean anything, and it actually
That's the
calms me
thing.
down.
Yeah, that's the thing. So I think it's like art is also there to be enjoyed, and it doesn't have to be like super, super deep. It can just be face level too. And you have to remember to enjoy moments. And I think, yeah. So
Can you hear that insane wind?
Is that playing?
Sorry. It's the
Yeah.
rain banging on the window.
Yeah, that's why. Can't stay like that forever. That's just.
No, it says it's been a night.
You have to stop raining. We're briefly interrupting this podcast to tell you about the new features on the TikTok app so you can level up your creative career and do it with TikTok. I use TikTok to search anything and everything. The search tab on TikTok allows you to search and explore a wide variety of content in the TikTok community, whether it's searching and learning new skills like how to file your taxes, or just searching for fellow creatives to help build your creative community. To search on TikTok, tap the search icon in the top right of your screen. Enter your search and be as specific as possible to find what you're looking for. When you land on the search results, you can also see different results of trending videos, hashtags, sounds, lives, creators, and even TikTok shops. Also, you might not know that when searching for trends, the trend originators will appear as the first video. Follow the TikTok newsroom for the latest updates on new tools and features. And now back to the podcast. So speaking of art for no reason, one of the things, we just did the art issue, and one of the things that I was thinking about so much is how we often never make art for ourselves anymore. We're always making it just for other people to consume.
yeah.
I don't know where the question is, but it's just something that I just found really
I
interesting.
so agree. Yeah, it's true. It's really true. And I actually think if you make it just for other people, it's never as good as what it would be if you just don't think about what you're making it for and are really natural with it.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah,
So I think maybe that's the play on adding to what you were saying.
Yes.
That actually sometimes
Yeah.
it's nice to
yeah,
maybe make something for no reason.
Yeah.
If it's for you
Yeah.
truly and not anybody else.
exactly. Free and natural.
Just for your own
Like
joy.
that. Yeah.
I like that. So you're also gearing up for a UK and EU tour this spring, and you've spoken about how passionate you feel about live music. What's in store for this tour? Can you tell us anything about it? What's been the creative process of like putting it all together?
So
I know artists don't like giving too much
no,
away.
I actually do, because I was just saying to these guys, I have spent the past 5 days literally on my iPad, like drawing up the stage set and like coming up with loads of ideas and like buying cool stuff for the stage. Because like the other thing is, you have to keep it as cheap as possible. Like I'm unsigned, so like I don't have the money for all of these amazing elaborate things. So I kind of like get this buzz from like finding like cheap ways of doing things that look really effective. So I've got this like green kind of mesh. It's like a really stretchy material that is about 3 meters long that I got off Etsy, and it's super cheap, and you can like stretch it, and it looks like kind of green gloop cobwebs. So that's slimy, yes.
Cobweb.
That's the idea, and then I'm gonna have like backlighting as well. So I've been like drawing all of that up. So
You
I'm
could
really
do a
excited.
next set design.
Yeah.
I mean, my set designer won't be happy about that, but you could come and do some like glue and like
Literally.
Yeah.
You could have that next
some
time.
webs
Yeah.
coming down, like dramatic,
Yeah.
some like spiders on strings.
Yeah, I think maybe
go
you could do a
goth.
Halloween edition.
Yeah, we'll go goth.
Yeah, with goth. Yeah.
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
a good idea. Halloween special.
Yeah.
You
Oh my
could
God,
come
yeah.
and design it.
I'm there.
I'm really into that. Everyone write that down for Halloween ideas when we have the editorial meeting. There's been a big conversation right now about how musicians' relationship with social media. So like there was that whole thing where like Charlie XCX was like making a joke about saying everyone's making me post, everyone's making me do these TikToks, and how their management. So we're encouraging this. As someone who's actually cultivated a really fun, positive, creative, loving space on your TikTok, I'd love to hear about your relationship with being online.
Or
Do you find it something that you have to do, or do you
Such
like,
a
actually
tricky
enjoy
one,
it?
because I get to there's been times where I haven't enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Just being honest, like I so get that, like what Charlie XCX was saying, and like I know Halsey said something about that as well.
Yeah.
And like I think when TikTok like first came up, like record labels, they get so into it, and they tell you what to do, and it's like, honestly, like you know what's best for yourself, and like you know how you want to like put yourself out there as an artist, and like what you're comfortable with, and like if you're doing stuff that feels unnatural, then it's inauthentic to you. So I just think that I try and apply that to everything, and I do have to constantly remind myself of that. But I think the bottom line is, if you're not enjoying it, don't do it. So I'll like take as many breaks as I want from it. Like I won't post every day. I used to tell myself, oh, the only way you're gonna like get your name out there is if you're posting all the time and continuous. And it's like, that's so exhausting. Like for me, like I don't even have that much to fucking say. Really, like, so I feel like I'll wait till I have something that I want to share with people, and stick it up there, because then I enjoy it and then it's natural. So, and I think that's it.
So it's like not having to force yourself to be
Yes.
to do a certain thing, because if you don't do that and you only do it and you can then truly be your best self on the internet.
100%. And you don't have to feel the pressure. Like you have to remember as well, and I have to remind myself constantly, I am independent. I've been independent since the beginning. Like I don't have the heaps of money or a big team that loads of people have, and so you can't compare yourself to others at all. And there's also like, yeah, I guess that's what I'm saying is you can't compare yourself to others, and you have to remember some people genuinely have a team of people that can share the workload, which is fucking awesome. But if you don't have that yourself, don't think that you're a Power Ranger, that you can be putting out as much work to the standard that
Someone who has like a team of 20
exactly
people who are like, let
it's
me just film
impossible.
you, sweetie.
Yeah, so I think
Yeah.
it's like, enjoy it, like do what makes you feel good, and chances are other people will like that, because it's giving you good vibes. You're putting out good vibes. Other people are
I do
gonna
this new thing now because I love social media. I love the memes. I hate the whole comment section, and there is that whole really vibe of it as well, and trolling and all that. But also, like, I've built my whole community, my business, my brand, everything, all my freelance work. I've all because of social media. I love the memes. We love the trending
Yes.
sounds. So it's like I do want to do it, but I do this thing now where I don't pressure myself to post or look. I only do it if
Yeah.
something inspires me in my head or it's a thought in my head. So I have something.
That's exactly it.
I don't want to. I think I went through so much time and energy thinking about what I should do or
Yeah.
because I need to post.
Yeah.
And then all those
Yeah.
things just ended up
Yeah.
becoming meaningless
Yeah.
to me anyway.
That's exactly
so
it.
yeah, it's just waiting until like I have inspiration. And sometimes I have like content ideas of like 10 things in one day, and that's
Yes.
amazing. And then
Yeah.
I might have nothing for 2 weeks, but
Yeah,
that's okay.
for sure. And the other thing on that is like you don't have to if you attack it like that instead and just do it in a natural way. Over time, your content builds up anyway, and it's always existing on your page, so people will find that. So you don't need to. I think it's quality over quantity.
Quality over quantity.
Yes. And yeah,
That's what they say.
that's what they say.
That's what the people say. Your songwriting is very honest, and you like cover topics on like sexual assault, grief, and depression. How does songwriting help you process your own trauma and emotions? I know we touched that a little bit earlier, but how would you say that helps you?
For me personally, I feel like when you spend time on something, and especially songwriting, you're going through like you're putting yourself back into the place that you were in when certain things have happened, or I don't know, for me that's what I do anyway. I kind of like put myself back into that situation and I think about things. So it kind of, I suppose, exposes layers of like what's already things that have happened or maybe things you haven't thought about. And I think it helps me process a lot of stuff because also like when I'm writing the music, I write with 2 other producers, and we have conversations about these things, and obviously they've had different experiences to me, so you kind of get like different takes on things. So it really
I often
is.
find like when you interview musicians, especially when I get it's like a new album, it's unreleased, and then I listen to it, and then they don't give me much other than the album and maybe just like a couple of bits about it.
Yeah.
And then you pick up on things and you think, oh, that reminds me of anxiety, or you say that. And you interview them and then you ask them like, oh, I really picked up, there seems to be a lot of anxiety in this album. They'll be like, oh, that's the first time anyone said that. I didn't pick that up. But it's like how people can interpret different things so differently and use it as helpful in different ways.
Yeah.
I think it's nice in music and songwriting.
100%. And that's also like another reason personally why I make music too, is because it's like, I think it's it's the universal language that everyone really can connect to. Like, even if you're not listening to the lyrics and you're just feeling the music, like whatever that is, you know, like I know there's definitely like my sisters, like one of my sisters doesn't listen to lyrics. Like she wouldn't have known like what one of like my songs are about, because she just kind of like gets in the mosh pit and like goes for it.
Just like bashes it out.
So that's it. So it's like it means different things.
I've been having loads of conversations recently because obviously we're in the cost of living crisis, and like how important therapy is, and like songwriting or so any form of writing, whether you're a journalist, songwriting, anything is like putting pen or putting your thoughts down paper. So many people don't do it because they just think they're shit at writing. It's like a I don't know, I've always loved music, but I would never do music because I don't have the confidence to write lyrics. But it's going back to that thing where it's like making things for the sake of them not being good or brilliant or having a purpose, and actually using that as like a form of therapy.
Yes.
It's free.
It is free.
And it's so helpful. Like
Yes.
journaling and like
Totally.
I've spoken about it quite a few times in the past couple of days.
Yeah.
About just how amazing journaling and getting those feelings out is for you.
Yeah, it is. And I think it's such a shame when people tell themselves they can't do things like that, because you know, if like, and the majority of people can read and write. So if you can and you're lucky enough to be able to, then sitting there and putting your thoughts onto paper, you don't need to show anyone. If you're embarrassed about it, you don't need to show anyone. You can fucking burn it afterwards. But
Dear
like,
diary.
yeah, you can. But I think it really helps. It really helps. And like, if you then want to like experiment with songwriting, like, oh my God, I was so shit when I first started. Like, everyone, with no matter what you do, everyone is shit at the beginning. Like, that's just the way it is. You just have to want to learn it. And they say 10,000 hours. They say, I don't know who they is, but 10,000 hours, you put it in and then you become an expert. I don't know whether that's true, but like, I know with practice, my songwriting's got better and better and better. And now,
Did you ever think like that when you first started out, thinking like, shit, I can't write anything? Or have you always been brilliant?
No, I was shit.
How did you learn? What was the process of getting better? Did someone tell you, Kaz, this is shit? Or did you
no.
get a lessons? Or how do you become good at something like that? You just keep doing it.
This industry is really brutal, so like people will tell you it's shit.
I would be so,
But like you have to learn.
I would be so upset if I like wrote all my grief down into a song and I thought it was great, and then I handed it to someone like, this is shit.
But then I think it's the delivery of the message. Like if someone's being like constructive with you, then you know they're a good person to work with. I think if someone can't be constructive with their criticism, then they're just a dick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like if you're gonna make a career out of songwriting, you need to be able to take criticism, because there's so many people that are great at it. So, and that's with pretty much anything, unless it's so niche that it's only you doing it.
One of the things that I also really love of you breaking through and blowing up so much last year as well online, and having such a like huge following in the last few years on TikTok as well, is that like you've crafted such a space which is so, and I know this is cliche and everyone says it, but I think it's really amazing. You've like absolutely crashed into a scene which has been so male dominated for so long, and you're smashing it.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I was wondering like how that feels like, because obviously I think more like and like metal music and like punk music was like a massive thing, like noughties 2010, but how different, like what's it like for you now to be in this industry that's always been so male dominated?
Right now, it's really sick because like there's so many females like at the forefront of it. In fact, more than there are males. It's kind of like balanced that way now.
Yeah.
And like a lot of queer people in the scene, and there's, you know, it's really turned. So you do feel supported the majority of the time, for sure, because there's many of you there. It's like an army.
Yeah, so it's like, that's amazing. So it's not really like a noticeable thing anymore.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
great.
So which is really nice, and the way it should have always been. But there are moments with it where like I hate when people say female fronted. It's just like, why
does that
fucking
even
thing?
need to be said?
Why does it need to be said? Like, it does annoy me. It just does. And then you do get like gatekeepers, especially with metal.
What do they like? What is in like they won't let you into the metal community?
Just kind of like,
you don't look like someone that would be here. You're not allowed in.
Exactly. It's like you can't sit with us mentality, and like it's really lame and like
old school ways.
It's really old school, and like there are people out there still that aren't accepting the fact that music.
I know a good example of this actually that happened recently, when they played Metallica on Stranger Things.
Right.
Do you watch Stranger Things?
Yeah.
So, I can't remember the name of the character, but it was like a new character that like was a metalhead.
Oh.
And they played a Metallica song in it, and it was like a really iconic like pinnacle scene in the series. And then everyone started streaming Metallica, and then loads of metalheads were being like, no, like all you posers, like on Twitter or whatever, obviously. And then
That's so
and then
lame.
Metallica came
Ugh.
out and was like,
Gag.
no, metal's for everyone. Like anyone can listen to our music.
Yeah.
This is actually
Yeah.
great that we're like getting into a new fan base.
Why
Yeah,
wouldn't
and
it be a great
yeah.
thing that like everyone can be a part of something? Like that's what pisses me off about like, and it's now such a smaller percentage of people. Like they really don't matter, but like there are a percentage of people that exist that gatekeep it, and like, you know, like with my genre, like people like to also like say, what is this? Or like it's trying to be metal but it's not, and it's this, and I'm like, I never fucking said I was. I'm just like doing like little bits of like things that I
Taking
like.
inspiration from all those genres and fusing it together.
Right, and then
Yeah.
that's what's happened. So there's a lot of like female and like non-binary and queer acts coming through who are a part of this community that they are now calling new gen. And it's like a genre of music.
It's kind of like pushing them out even further to say you can't be in this kind
Well,
of like traditional metal or alt space. And
they always, I mean, this is then the conversation about labeling things. I think they just call it new gen because they don't know what it is. And people love, as we know, to label things. And I feel like, so this new gen, and there have been a minority of people that really fucking hate it and have a lot to say about it, and it's a shame, but it's now kind of taking over the space, and it's really cool. And it was like when nu metal became a thing. Like people were laughing at bands like Korn back then. No one laughs at Korn now. Look at them now.
Yeah, no, it's
you know?
so true.
So that's it.
And you got to support some incredible bands this year. How was that experience for you, like going on tour with like? Because didn't you do Sum 41 as well?
I did Sum 41.
That's crazy.
It was insane. I'm like such a big music fan, and like have been going to gigs like ever since I was a kid. So like being on the stage, the amount of times where I felt like I was going to throw up before, or like fucking piss myself on stage because I was so scared.
Also, like the My Chemical Romance one was so crazy because when that happened and it was like they've come back and the fans went wild, sold out
Literally.
everything, and then there was so much of like pressure for those shows because like I bought tickets and I bought my sister the tickets, I think when she was 16, 17, and she was 19 by the time we actually managed to go to the show because of COVID.
Sick.
So
What a
everyone
great
was just
birthday
so
present.
fucking excited to see My Chemical Romance, but also like waited 3 years. So I was like, I
Literally.
can't imagine what that was like for you to be part of that when it was like such an anticipated
Show.
stadium and everyone was so fucking
Yeah.
excited for it. So
It was
been so cool.
so surreal. It was like literally the best thing that's ever happened to me in my whole life.
Did you get to meet them?
No.
Oh no!
I think I would have actually died if I met them anyway, because I would have just been so starstruck.
That was such a huge stadium.
I know, but because it was like off the back of COVID and like obviously coming out of lockdown, all stadium tours, even now to be honest, people were so like COVID scared, so
mingling with the bands and stuff backstage because it might fuck up the tour away from
exactly.
the
That's
viewer,
the thing.
yeah.
So yeah, it was fair enough. But Gerard Way said my name, and I was like,
say it again. As someone whose work centres on creating spaces for creative communities, we love your Discord page, The Generates. Is that am I saying that correctly?
Yeah.
Can you share how this came to be, and do you have any favourites of things that fans have said in your Discord?
Yeah. So I basically made that over lockdown, because obviously it was so boring at that time. Like there was nothing to do, and I just like wanted a way. So I actually did Twitch at first, a Twitch account, and I was like playing Sims on there, and then fans were like joining that, and I was literally getting drunk on Twitch and like making Sims characters, and then people were like typing in the comment section, "Can we send you pictures of us so you can make us as Sims?" And I was like, "That's so sick." So we set up this Discord chat, and it basically just started from that. But it's been so fun, and it's just like been something that's like been growing over time, and like building this like community, and everyone on there is just like so sweet and lovely, and like every morning people will say good morning, every night people say good night, like
and they all like
it's
chat to
so
each
it's like such a
other.
family, like it's really beautiful. And then we have like different servers on the side, which like one of them is pets, so it's like
So people can send photos.
they
of
send
themselves with
pictures of their pets, and it's literally like makes my day.
I love that.
It's so nice.
That's so cute.
So we've had loads of cute pet pictures, and we like there's a constant flow of cute pet pictures. So that is probably my favourite thing about the chat. And also there's a tattoo chat. So every time someone gets a new tattoo, they take pictures. It's really cool.
That's really
you should
cute.
join it.
I'm
It's-
gonna
it's
join
good.
it. I'm gonna get on it. I haven't got Discord. I'm
Oh,
gonna
get it.
I'll
It's
show them
really
my tattoo
good.
that like only tattoo
Exactly.
that I got
Tell the story.
at your show, and then I'll be accepted into the
There you go.
fan cult. So after finishing, you've had, obviously we've spoken about how much you've had such a huge year in your music career. Do you have any advice that someone has told you in this last year that's really stuck that you'd like to pass on forward to somebody else listening?
So Tyler, who plays guitar in my band, he also produces all the music with me, and then this guy Ollie Burden, and he wrote this song after I just like had this freak out, and it was just he writes a lot of music for other people and stuff too, so he wrote this song, and it's nothing but a feeling, and the tag is enjoy it while it lasts, and I was like, that's so fucking true. Like I even watched something the other day. This girl was like talking about like you have to actually just like sometimes let yourself enjoy a moment. Like I have a tendency to like disasterize everything and overthink everything I do, and I feel like that what he said has really stuck with me. So just like yeah, you might be working really hard and all of these things, all going through a really shitty time, and that's even harder to enjoy any moment sometimes. Like it feels impossible, but even if it's like the smallest thing you can do, like I don't even fucking know, like have a chocolate bar, go for a walk. Like,
Just it's more like being in the present moment.
yeah.
I recently came off antidepressant, so really
Yeah.
personal, but this time probably last year, and as I come off them, I was like, oh, am I ever going to feel like that again? I was like really panicked, and like there was this sign on the way to the office that someone had written on my little walk in, and it said something along those lines where it says, what you're feeling now, you might feel completely differently in 3 weeks and it'll pass.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, that's so true. When I'm in a state of anxiety, I've got to remember to get through that anxious blip.
Yeah.
It's like, this is how you feel right now.
Yes.
And that is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fucking annoying.
It's not
And
permanent.
it's making you panic, but it's not permanent.
Yeah.
And in 20 minutes, you may have forgotten about what you were panicking about.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll take 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Whatever, but it will actually pass. And it's
So
just
true.
about being
Reminding
what's the word?
yourself of
yeah,
that.
like reminding yourself of that. But also, what's the word? It's like learning to ride it out even if it's bad.
Yes.
To know that you can
Yeah,
ride it
yeah.
out and trying to remind
Yeah.
yourself of that for sure.
And feelings do pass.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So it's like you can't always tell yourself you're happy. And that's unhealthy to do that. You have to accept the feeling and let it be. But you're so right. It's temporary. Everything's fucking temporary if you think about it. Your mind will change, will adapt.
Especially like with work. I feel like sometimes when you make your creative passions your job,
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm a really anxious person, and you just said
Yeah.
you catastrophize and
I am
think
like,
of
anxious
hypothetical
too. Yeah.
disasters in your head.
Yeah.
You're right that you're missing out on like amazing moments of thinking of everything that goes wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I bet sometimes you, not to put words in your mouth, but I can imagine you go on stage, and if you're an anxious person, being like, "Oh, if I fuck this lyric up, or if I fuck that,"
imposter
and not
syndrome
actually
central.
take in that like all these people
Yeah,
are here for you, and they want to
exactly.
hype you up.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
supposed to
yeah.
be really
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
And you should take in that
Yeah.
enjoyment.
That's the thing. What I do when I have that is I think about what I feel like when I go to gigs. I went to go and see my mates. There's a
Yeah.
band called Sound Night Dynamite play when I was in Berlin, and it was the fucking best show I've been to, like, for a really long time. It was
Yeah.
amazing.
And I bet not you're not thinking when you get
No.
there like, oh, this person could fuck up. You're just
No,
hyped. You're like,
I was
I can't
like
wait to
loving
hear
it.
the song. Yeah.
And then, but you're so right. It's like I then, ever since that show, I've been like, I really need to remember how excited I was to be there, and like no one else cares about like how you might be feeling. They just want to have a good night.
Yeah.
Like
it's true.
that's it. So
Yeah.
like have fun and enjoy it. Like you can relax more in situations. I have to tell myself that every fucking day because my mind is like,
Yeah, I'm the
anxious
same.
as
I'm
fuck.
conscious. Like I just,
But-
even with this, is like this is the first time we've done any form of video. It's so stressful.
Yeah.
And like all week, I was like, oh my god, this is what if something goes wrong? What if someone doesn't turn up, or we smash a camera or
Yeah.
something, and like all these
Every scenario.
stupid things. And I was like, why can't I just enjoy this? We work so fucking hard.
Yeah.
To like be able to facilitate.
Totally.
This. I should just have fun.
And you deserve to
it.
enjoy that moment.
Yeah, it's that, and it's like
Yeah.
I am a massive believer of that. It's just trying to enjoy the things that you have,
Yeah.
and I know it's easier said than done sometimes, but to remind yourself,
Just
that
practice
allow
and
yourself to
reminding.
enjoy what you
That's
have
it.
in that moment
Yeah.
is really powerful advice.
Yes.
Yeah, love that for you. If you were mentoring, it's kind of another advice question. If you were mentoring a young artist, what one thing would you tell them? Maybe like what would you tell your younger self who wanted to become a musician?
That's a really difficult thing to pin one thing down. Like when I like first started, I met Josh Franceschi from UMIT 6, and
I met him recently.
Did
He's
you?
So nice.
Oh, he's lovely.
I went on a press trip to ride the roller coaster at Thorpe
Oh
Park.
my God,
with
their
UMIT
one?
6. Yeah, it was so
so
much fun.
Also, who has their own roller coaster like that band?
I know, it's amazing.
They're so fucking sick. But he basically like took me under his wing and like gave me so much advice, and like it really helped me. And I feel like honestly, like anytime like people that follow me who also are like pursuing music, I put up quite a lot of comment boxes on stories and like try and answer as many as I can because I
Yeah,
just
I
think
see you also commenting on people when they ask you things on
Yeah.
TikTok comments as well now
Th-
and again.
that's it, because I think it's like share the knowledge. Do you know what I mean? Like you're like I didn't come from a family that has anything to do with music. Like my family don't care about that sort of thing. They don't, it's not like I never had any contacts anywhere. I've just always been a bit of a chancer, and like I'd have quite an annoying personality that asks loads of questions all the time. But I think it's like not being afraid to ask questions. That's the only way that you learn. And like there's like literally like room for everyone. So like if someone's gatekeeping shit who's like successful, I'm like,
They're just gatekeeping because
Yeah.
they're scared of losing.
yeah, like what's that about? Like share the knowledge.
There's
like
enough room.
in it, there's enough room. So I guess like I've always asked questions to like I don't know if I'm answering this right, but let's go with it. I've always asked questions to like bands that I've seen, or like if I've been hanging out like at a show and like wanted to know something, I've always asked. So I like
Who would you say is the person you'd like to ask a question to most?
such a good question. Probably Rihanna.
Really, what would you ask?
I just am so mesmerized by her. I think she's just such a
She
powerhouse.
has a presence.
Yeah.
Of just
And like, look what
Being
she's done
amazing.
with her life. Like, she's done so many amazing things, and like, always just kept this like really like cool demeanor, and like I just really rate her, and she's so inclusive. And like I went to see her like Fenty launch for the Fenty Beauty.
When was it in Selfridges?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was just walking around eating like hamburgers.
exactly.
Like, whilst like on the stand.
It was so- I was
like this
so
amazing outfit.
But I took my best friend Aidan with me, and she picked him out of the crowd and did his makeup. Do you remember?
I wasn't there.
Oh,
I
you weren't
saw
there?
It, like, I
Okay.
saw it on the internet with people who were lucky enough to
Yeah.
go.
I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. And like, I couldn't speak. And like,
I'd freak out.
I was freaking out. But then she was like drinking at the whiskey bar. And then I was like, I wanted to get a picture with her. So in the end, she was like drinking. And then I like walked in the back, so lame. I walked like really far in the background and got Aidan to take a picture of her.
So I was like, you were like
So I'm like-
photo bombing. Yeah. To get a photo with Rihanna.
But I would love to ask her so many questions because she's such an inspiration. So yeah.
Love that. Okay, so this game is called the Sad Girls Summer 2023 Festival.
Amazing.
And we want to know who's your dream lineup. So they can be living or dead, friends or strangers. And I'm going to ask you loads of questions. You're going to answer them as quick as you can.
Oh my God, I love that. Okay. Rihanna would be headlining.
No, I've got to ask you the questions.
Oh,
but
okay,
you've got
sorry.
questions and then you've got to answer really, really quickly what the answers are.
Oh, okay, yes.
Okay, who is on the introducing stage?
Ooh, Alien Blaze, Alyssic, Calvin
Be
Louise.
quick.
Sorry, that's it. Yeah, I'm really bad with names.
Okay, and then who are your big headliners? Maximum 3.
Rihanna,
Mm-hmm.
Bring Me the Horizon,
Mm-hmm.
and Slipknot.
I really, 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 really want to see Slipknot, and I've never been able to go. I've never got a ticket, or my mum went when I was a kid, and she wouldn't let me go because I was like 12, and she was like, "You're not coming.
Oh.
It's too much for you."
We'll go. We'll
So
go
I want
the
to
next
go.
time they're touring.
Yeah, please.
They're insane.
Who is your roadie?
My sister Lucy.
Oh.
She's like a rugby player, and she's like serious and strong as fuck.
A serious
Yeah,
rugby player.
yeah.
Who is DJing into the early hours?
Probably. Oh. A Skrillex. I actually really love Skrillex. Sick.
I'm not really into Skrillex, but I really, really appreciated that Justin Bieber album.
Yes, and like he's put out some really fucking good music recently. You should listen.
Skrillex.
Yeah.
Your dream food store or stand?
Just anything with pasta. I love pasta so much. I love Italian food. Yum.
Where's it being held?
On a beach.
On a beach.
On like a hot beach. Maybe like.
In England?
No, I don't know. I don't know. No.
Like away?
Away.
Abroad, on a beach.
Yeah.
Who is leading the hungover morning yoga session the following day? I've got a good answer for this one, but it's not for me.
Oh God, you answer it. You answer it. Okay.
No.
I do sometimes Boohoo Beautiful's. Do you know
What?
the YouTube yoga girl?
Oh, okay.
I like her yoga sessions. It's so zen. But if is this about? Does it have to be a yoga person, or could it just be a random person? I'm
Up to you.
overthinking.
I would have said Bimini.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Bimini used to be
Yeah.
a yoga teacher before
Yeah, they were.
doing drag and then going into
and
drag race.
super bendy. And
Yeah,
like,
and that's how
yeah.
they're so flexible
Yeah.
and fling themselves
I
off
actually
everything.
really wanted to ask Bimini to like one day if there'll ever be in a music video and do a pole routine.
Bending.
Yeah, bending. It's so
Just
good.
doing the bend.
Yeah.
That's the end of the game.
Yes.
That was quick.
Yeah.
Great festival.
it.
Do you have a name? Oh, we have a name. This is the Sad Girl
Sad
Summer
Girl.
2023.
Love it.
Love it. Done. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Before we wrap up, did you want to plug anything? Tell people how they can follow you on TikTok and support you?
So you can find me on TikTok. My name's Cassiette. And also I'm going on tour in March and April. So I'm doing UK and Europe. So if you like heavy music and love a mosh pit and a sweaty venue, come get your tickets.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm so happy that you came on.
Thanks for having me,
Sorry
guys.
about the rain. Thank you for listening to the Bricks I Did That podcast powered by TikTok. Don't forget to follow the Bricks Learner platform to get 50 plus creative opportunities to your inbox every Wednesday. It's free for 30 days or as little as £2.50 a month on our low income version. Thanks so much again, and don't forget to follow us on TikTok at Bricks Magazine. See you later.